Welcome back again. This is Mr. Honahan. This is lesson 5, video number 3. And what we're going to do now is, now that we've organized our Google Drive, we're going to go to our email, and there is an email from someone called 2018 MPW, which stands for My Personal Wellness, which is the name of this course. We're going to click on that in this particular project, and this has a bunch of this has a folder, and inside that folder is a bunch of documents. So we've shared an item with you. It's called 2018 MPW. Let's click on that. And that's going to launch a folder inside Google Drive called 2018 MPW. You notice there's 3 items in this. It looks like we have some sort of spreadsheet with the green kind of background here, and 2 documents. These look like Google documents here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be able to download these. I also want to let you know that you can change the view. If you come over to the top right hand corner, you can change it to list view, and you give a little bit more information on this. Last modified with specific date, and then here's the complete name of the file. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to click on it, and it's going to go to this preview. So what we want to do now is actually download this file, make a copy, rename it, and share it back with our MPW teachers. So I'm going to click on Open at the top of the screen, and that's going to launch a Google spreadsheet interface. You can see in the top left-hand corner it says Open in Google Drive. We have a name here, and we've got a Share button over here. Let's dismiss this Improve Comments piece. And what we're going to do is we're going to do File, make a copy. We're going to rename this as 2018. We're going to get rid of the copy of, and you're going to put your last name and your first initial here. You can just delete the last name and first initial piece. And then you're going to hit OK. So now you notice at the top right hand corner, this is going to be your last name and your first initial with the proper name of the document. This is a spreadsheet that you're going to use to track your sit reach and your pacer test and your push-ups and your curl-ups, and then compare it to Connecticut state standards. What we need to do next is click on where it says share, and we need to share this with someone called 2018 MPW. Not the class of NCHS 2018, just 2018 MPW. I'm going to click on that. And since we know this document is coming, I'm going to ask that you unselect that particular notify people via email. You're going to hit OK. We're going to skip sending invitations because we know it's coming. And then the last but not least on this screen, you're going to click on Done. So that covers the first spreadsheet. So let's close that, and we're going to go back to our MPW folder. Now, it's a couple ways to get to the next item. We can either click on this arrow, which brings us to the next one, and we're going to click on Open. Now, this one is a Google Doc. You're going to notice in the top left-hand corner it is blue because it is a document. We can't edit this at all because it was only shared with us as a viewing only, notated right here. Let's do the same thing. We're going to go File, make a copy. We're going to rename this again. Get rid of the copy of in the front of this title. I'm clicking right into the text box. And then we're going to put your last name and your first initial. Making sure that you're getting rid of all the other information that we don't need anymore. Delete. And hit OK. And now, because it's our document, we have the full functionality of the document we're processing over here. We can start typing into this and filling out the information when our teacher assigns us to do this. What we haven't done, what's very important in this project and for all the documents, is share it. We're going to click on the share. And again, we're going to click and share with 2018 MPW. It automatically comes up, being careful not to share it with the entire class of NCHS 2018. Hit OK. We're going to skip sending instructions. We're going to hit Done. Now this is done, and we have one more document that we're going to close these extra tabs out. And again, you can click on the next button over here. And this is the last one, my health, nutrition, and fitness goals. Click on it, open. Again, we have view only rights. Let's make a copy of this, and we're going to rename it and we're going to share it. Just be careful when you're doing this. You want to get your full initials because this is what's going to show up on your website that we're going to be talking about in lesson number 6. You want to make sure all your documents are named properly. Get my space in there, hit OK. And you guessed it, the last most important part is sharing. Now if you scroll over the blue share button, you can see right now that this document is only shared with me. This icon is going to change so that you can kind of do a quick look and see what's shared with what or who. Click on the share button. Again, we're going to invite 2018 MPW. We're going to unselect the notify via email and hit OK and skip sending instruction and hitting done. And now you can see up in the right hand corner it's share with one person, and that's going to be happening for all of our documents in this particular course. You're just sharing it with 2018 MPW, so we can close this and all of our other folders. So we've taken our three items that were shared with us and we made it our own. So now let's take a look at what's happening in our Google Drive. So right now I'm clicked on my health PE in my grade 9. I'm going to click back on my Google Drive, and you're going to notice that I now have these extra documents in the bottom. And again, we can do a drag and drop, and we want to drag and drop these into our freshman health class. And I'm going to do grade 9. I can do one at a time. And if you notice from the last video, we could do something with, we do check boxes, and we do 2 at a time. And again, you want to drag it back into there. To make sure it all got there, you click on grade 9. And if you see these 3 files, we've got 2 Google Docs and 1 Google spreadsheet that have been shared with our MPW 2018 teacher. You own it, and you basically placed it into the right folder. You've done a good job for this particular lesson. I do want to bring attention before we finish out this lesson, a couple of other buttons on this, where on the top right hand corner we could share this folder, the details and activity, which will come up over here. We can change this switch list to list view. We can change it to an icon view. But the one that I definitely want, we should all click on this because Google is eventually going to go to a new drive. Let's click on Experience the New Drive. And that's going to change how this all looks primarily over on the left-hand side. Instead of shared with me, it's going to be incoming. Recent documents is obviously the things that you've worked on recently. And this thing called starred. If you star a document, it's going to show up in there. We could still expand, and you're going to see that the icons are pretty much there. If I expand that, it just changes the interface a little bit, and you now know how to go to the Experience the New Drive. So job well done. You finished all 3 videos in lesson number 5, and we'll see you in lesson number 6.